afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Idaho Man Cave Show. Today we're going to try to catch you up on this car and let you know what's going on there. We're still working on it. We exist. This is real. We're doing this. I know I haven't been around for a little bit because I've been kind of busy. We're going to talk a little bit about one of the things I've been looking at, which is the other car over there. You guys want to see it? You guys want an introduction to that? Let's do it right now on the Idaho Man Cave Show. That's an intro. Cool. Yeah. With that, guys, I want to introduce you to number 2. I'm going to call it number 2 because it's a 92 Firebird. We picked this car up out of Twin Falls, paid a whole whopping $800 for it. And just like any car you buy for $800, it doesn't run. At least right now. The motor turns over, but it doesn't run. Car has a 5-liter TBI engine in it, a V8, and it has a 700 R4 automatic, which supposedly the tranny's blown, or at least reverse on the tranny's blown, but we're gonna have to figure that out. I haven't been able to do anything with it. It doesn't run. We got to get it running first. But I just want to kind of give you a brief overview. So if you wonder why we haven't been playing with the Chevelle, it's because we bought this. Now the whole reason we did buy this car was simple. We need to make money so we can keep working on the Chevelle. And there's nothing better than taking an old car like this, getting a little bit of work done to it, and then try to sell it and make a little bit of money. Now, I did make a deal with my kid. It's really simple. If this channel actually starts to get enough views to where we actually get paid, then what we're gonna do is fix this up, and this can be his high school ride. So he likes that idea. That's what he wants. I think that's a fair enough deal. And so if we get enough subscribers, get enough viewers, you'll see this stick around. But this car definitely needs help. The one thing it needs is a lot of really ugly stickers taken off of it. Not so much the fire chicken, but the other really crappy graphics. Why? What is that? But anyways, like any car we bought so far, it needs tires. They're in really good shape. Luckily, we already have a set. I'll walk you through that here in a minute. And it's gonna need plastics. Luckily, the original owner, or I should say the owner, provided us with plastics that they already got from the junkyard. So, not a bad looking rig. Not horrible, needs some work on this. So, it's kind of missing a nut, 3M tape let go, so the double-sided tape's not sticking anymore. But we're gonna have to do some work to this thing. All in all though, I think this would be a good car to do as a flip. What do you think? One of the craziest parts about this car is the interior. Check this out. I think you guys will like it. Look at this. I mean, have you ever seen such a period correct car before in your life? If this doesn't scream 90s, I don't know what does. At some point, somebody refinished the interior in white diamond. Isn't that crazy? They did the seats, they did the door panels. Check it out. They did the visors. They even did the visors and the speaker covers in the back and the back seat. This thing is cool, crazy, weird. awful? Everybody has their opinion, right? But it's kind of wild. It's an interesting car. All in all, it's complete. It's not in great shape. There's definitely some work that's going to have to happen. Console's a little beat up. Carpet's not horrible. It's probably usable, but yeah, I think it's going to work. Definitely going to need a dash pad though. Yeah, I think the dash pad's shot. Okay, let's check under the hood. Coming up under the hood of this thing, we have a 5-liter V8 engine. And supposedly it's fairly new. I was told that this engine only has roughly about 50,000 miles on it. One of the reasons I picked this up is because these TBI engines are usually pretty simple to work on. Well, why it doesn't run, I'm assuming it just needs a fuel pump. Cranks, doesn't start, don't see any fuel coming out of the injectors on this guy. And so I'm assuming we're just going to need to do a little bit of work on this thing. So by a little bit, I mean drop the gas tank out of a 3rd gen. Anybody that's ever worked on a 3rd gen before knows that's not fun. And no, we're not cutting a hole in the trunk. When we first bought this car, these wheels looked awful. And so we got some wheel cleaner. I think we used that Jay Leno's stuff that you buy at Walmart. But it had the iron remover in it, and we started using that on these wheels to see if we could bring them back. But unfortunately, I think these wheels are shot. I don't think they're going to be looking good enough to do the car. And so what we ended up doing was we went and picked up a whole nother set. It was just easier to do that, which we just got sitting here. Perfect. These are better. Not perfect, but they're definitely better than what was on the car. As for the tires that are on these, we actually picked these up from somebody on Marketplace, just like the wheels. So wheels came off Marketplace, tires also came off Marketplace. Quick rundown just for money's sake, so you know what we're kind of spending on this thing. We picked up the wheels for $120, and luckily we actually have a full set of center caps for it now. As far as the tires though, I probably overspent. We paid $275 for them. Picked those up from another gentleman on Marketplace, and had Discount Tire install them for us. So thank you, Discount Tire, because Discount Tire is always playing with the junk that I bring in there. The only reason we spent so much money on those wheels, or on those tires, is because they actually came with a set of wheels. So they actually came on all these wheels. Unfortunately, I can't use these for anything. So they're sitting on Marketplace right now. I think I have them listed for like $100. Hopefully somebody could pick that up and we can recoup a little bit of the money we're spending on this thing, because yeah, I've spent enough. Don't mind these. We'll talk about those later. Anyways, yeah, don't stop looking at them. No, don't. Okay. All right, with that in mind, we're gonna get to work on this car for a little bit today. Hope you don't mind. First things we're gonna do, we're gonna swap on those new wheels and tires, get these guys off of it. We're gonna remove these graphics. They need to go. They're gonna go today. We're gonna do that right now. And we're gonna wash this thing. Ooh, one more. If you look at these fancy T-tops, these are actually original T-tops for the car. They're the plexiglass, which I don't know, the fiber, the cheap plasticky ones that they used at the end of the 90s. We got a set of glass tops, so we're gonna swap those off too. And with that, let's get to work. Hi. I don't know if you guys have ever taken stickers off a car before, but they make these fancy little tools. Kind of get in here and show you. They make these burn-off wheels now that you can go buy, and you can actually just burn the stickers right off the car with these. The nice thing is they don't really get hot enough, as long as you don't have a drill that's too fast to burn the paint. So these are a good way to take off the stickers, and we're gonna show you. Okay, cool. All right, work with me. Sweet. What do you think? Ta-da! I gotta wipe that off. All right, to wipe these off, normally I use a little bit of mineral spirits, but I don't have any. So today we're using brake clean. yeah, I mean, the paint's not great on this car anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. So we're just gonna spray a little on a rag right here and wipe off the residual. So let's show you how it goes. I'm not trying to take off so much the old look of the sticker, but just the burn on rubber and stuff. So as far as that goes, I don't know how much of that's actually going to come off. So we'll just rub on it for a little bit and see if we can clean it up. If not, we'll hit it with a buffer a little bit later and see if we can kind of burn that off. But there. Not perfect, but at least better than it was. As cool as this sticker is, it's time to go. None of the, you know, this. Yay, let's take it off. All right, go. Sweet. And we'll use a heat gun to take that last little piece off. And with that, we're heat gunning away. See if we can get the edge of this thing to peel up. Ah, just like that. Well, yeah, the paint's gonna come off. GM white paint, you know how that goes. And let's burn the paint off the other side. All right, look at that. Better-ish. Whoops. Oh well. All right, now let's do a little cleanup with a little brake clean. Make it worse. For anybody that's wondering, I was kind of expecting this car to have some paint missing. So typical GM white. But let's see if we can at least kind of clean this up. I don't want to rub too hard on this because I know I'm gonna just peel all the paint off of it, but let's see if we can clean a little bit of this off. Well, I think that's as good as it's coming for that. Hopefully, a little buffing action can take a little bit off, but I have a feeling we're just gonna peel more of the paint. Let's go work on the door. Perfect. One down. Come on, battery. Go, battery. Finish the job. So close. New battery. All right, let's finish this. Okay, whoops. Got a little bit of the bird. No, not the bird. With that, all the horribly ugly stickers are off the car. They're still residual. Hopefully they'll come off after a bit. If not, like I said, we'll get some mineral spirits and do a little touch up on it. But either way, still looks better without them. That really didn't turn out that great, but at least the graphics are off. Oh well. But looking at this door, a lot better. Up here, a lot better. Now, let's give this thing a bath real quick. And just like that, the car is clean. Cleaner. At least it's washed. That's the first time I've actually washed this thing. So it's a little nicer. Anyways, if you're wondering why I'm taking the time to film me washing a car, is because sometimes all it takes to get a little excitement on your project again is just getting something done. So for me, one of the things I like is a nice clean car. And that motivates me enough to say, you know what? I need to get this thing fixed. I need to get this thing running. And while this thing may not be perfect by any means, it is nowhere near perfect. It's not a bad ride, and we should never feel bad about what we have, okay? What we have is honestly what we have, and we have to make the best of it. Sometimes what you own is a car with a flat tire and maybe remnants of a terrible sticker. But we can either be mad or we can make the best of it. And for me right now, the idea is, how do we make the best of this car? It's not perfect. It's definitely not the nicest, but we're gonna make it nicer, one step at a time. So we're about finished for tonight. Tomorrow morning, let's get those wheels and tires swapped on and let's see how this thing looks. It gives us a start, and I think we're gonna enjoy where it goes. All right, guys, it's the next day and the car is clean, still. Anyways, one of my friends was teaching me a neat little trick where I guess all you have to do is like snap your fingers and the wheels will just change themselves. So let's see if this works. You ready? That didn't work at all. Hang on, let's try. Did that work? That worked. That worked. Can you believe it? Look at that. Those aren't even the same. Look, it worked. Oh man, I'm gonna tell everybody else that neat little trick. Why even go to a tire shop anymore? We can just snap your fingers and things happen. Look at that. Look at that. They all even have caps installed. That's a neat trick. That's pretty wild. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Day one in the books for this car. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good thing we replaced the tires. Let me go show you something. This car has been really hard to roll, and now I know why. We have the air out of this tire right now, but there used to be a giant bulge right there. And I'm assuming that's why all the plastics is broke on the side of the car, on the passenger side, because this is the right front wheel. And it looks like they hit something really, really hard with it. And so it's a good thing we're replacing these. So if you're ever wondering why, like the first thing I do when I bring these cars home is like slap wheels and tires on it, that's why. It's because as much as I want to be working on this car, I do not want a tire like that blowing up in my face. So anyways, just saying, look your cars over good when you buy them. Check to make sure you don't have things like that, because you just don't want to get hurt. Plus the rest of them they're terrible anyways. That wasn't even the flat tire. So that was just the extra bulgy one, the strong tire. All right, let's go check out the Chevelle. Now for an update on the Chevelle. All right, guys, so here's where we are. Last time I left you guys, we just got the heads off this thing and all the cylinders were full of dirt. So what we ended up having to do was we had to vacuum all the cylinders out, and then we oiled them down really good and started rotating the engine over. And as we were doing that, it was actually, the oil was pulling the dirt out of the rings. And so we had to rotate this thing over probably about 30 times, and every time we would, we'd have more dirt come out of the rings. We'd have to wipe the cylinder down, re-oil it, rotate it over, wipe the cylinder down, re-oil it. Anyways, long process. And so when we got done, we're left with this. We just cleaned all the gasket mating surfaces with a blade, a razor blade. We're not doing any refinishing work on the engine, as far as we're not honing the cylinders. We're not going to be machining the block at all. We're not going to be machining the heads. And so what we have here is what we're going to run with. And this should work, you know, as long as it didn't have a blown head gasket or anything. It didn't have a, you know, a surface that wasn't straight. We should be good to go. Everything's good enough to at least get this engine back running again. And so let's take a peek at the heads over here. Everything actually cleaned up pretty well. So all the valves are moving. None of the valves are seized up. There was a rock stuck in one of the valves. Got that knocked out. Got all the ports vacuumed out real good, blown out, and just prep the surfaces with the razor blade, just to clean all the gasket surfaces off, and just took a wire brush to all the chambers. And so that was probably the worst chamber, but it actually cleaned up pretty good. Nothing was really that bad on the heads. We're not replacing any valve seals or anything like that, so hopefully the engine won't smoke. But you know what, if it does, it's, you know, I don't know how long this thing's really going to last or how reliable it's going to be. So we're going to be replacing the engine eventually. So we're just trying to do what we can to get this thing moving, so that way while we're working on it, we can at least drive it around, moving it in and out of the garage, stuff like that. That's the main goal of what we're trying to accomplish. All right, guys, that's going to conclude another episode. And Only thing I really want to touch base on at the end of this is this. Treasure the wins, regardless of how big or how small. The little things add up, man. Take the time, get the little things done. It may not be a big win, and this isn't a big win, right? I didn't get a whole lot done in this video, but hopefully it helps to motivate somebody else to just get started. And that's all I'm really trying to do here, is showcase what it takes. I'm not a big fancy car builder. I'm just some dude working in my garage after hours when I'm not at work. And I still got a family, still trying to spend time with them. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun with these things while I can. Trying to get the family involved, get some friends involved, and just have a good time. That's all I'm really trying to do. And I hope to motivate you guys to do the same. And so the only takeaway I want for you guys today is this. Get out there and work on those small wins. And with that, thanks for joining us for another episode of the Idaho Man Cave Show. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.